Lac-operon gene regulation. In this, we can see the E. coli cells growing on medium containing the sugars glucose and lactose. The cell first consumes glucose and later it consumes the lactose. So the Lac-operon consisting of the three genes in the form of the LAC-Z, LAC-Y and LAC-A. The LAC-Z gene produces the galactosidase enzyme. LAC-Y produces galactosidase permease or lactose permease. LAC-A produces the galactoside transacetylase. All these three genes produces a single mRNA is known as the polycystonic mRNA. Whereas eukaryotes, only one gene is expressed at a time, that is known as the monocystonic mRNA. Whatever the galactosidase is produced in the LAC-Z gene, which converts the lactose into glucose and galactose by breaking the galactosidase bond which is there in between these two sugars, and whenever there is a glucose is there in the cell cytosol, in E. coli the negative gene regulation will be takes place. In the Lac-operon, it consisting of three structural genes in the form of LAC-Z, LAC-Y and LAC-A, and another gene which is there in the form of the repressor gene which is LAC-I. The LAC-I gene which is producing a RNA which is able to synthesize a repressor in the form of the monomer. This monomer will form the tetramer and it binds with the operator site. Because of that, the RNA polymerase won't bind at promoter site. Because of that, the transcription will not be takes place. There is no translation will be takes place. And this is known what we say negative gene regulation, and this negative gene regulation very systematically controlled by the repressor gene LAC-I gene, which is a constitutive gene, and it is continuously producing repressor. It inhibits the gene activity. Whenever there is a glucose plus lactose is there in medium, lactose will be converted to allolactose. It acts like an inducer. So whatever the inducer will binds to the repressor, or already repressor is binds at the operator site, it changes the structure of the repressor by the allolactose or inducer. Because of that, it will be de-repressed from the operator site, and we can see at the promoter site the RNA polymerase will be bind. So despite there is no repressor at the operator site, the RNA polymerase won't transcript much mRNA, and the gene still not active status. So in this case, whatever we observed, the lactose is converted in the form of the allolactose by using the galactosidase enzyme. So it will convert lactose into allolactose in case of the few molecules, and it acts like an inducer. In this lactose, 1,4 linkage glycoside bond is changed to 1,6 linkage glycoside bond. So the allolactose acts like a repressor, and whenever there is no glucose in the presence of the lactose, the ATP will be converted into cyclic AMP by using the adenyl cyclase enzyme. This adenyl cyclase converts the ATP into cyclic AMP, and cyclic AMP which binds with the CAP a complex which is useful to activate the RNA polymerase. So this CAP and CAMP unwinds the DNA to bind the RNA polymerase at the promoter site. Because of that, the rate of the transcription will be activated and it produces the lag-Z and lag-Y and lag-A products at the high rate. So we can see in this lag operon, whatever the lag-Z gene in the left side, we can see the operator site and RNA polymerase binding site and CAP binding site. Whenever the RNA polymerase binded at the promoter site, it is not enough. It needs to support by the catabolytic activator protein CAP plus CAMP, cyclic AMP. When the glucose is less and lactose is there, in that case the ATP will be converted into cyclic AMP by the adenyl cyclase enzyme. So CAP plus CAMP will unwind the DNA and it allows for the RNA polymerase binding properly and the transcription will be takes place at high rate. We can also see that in the promoter site in the form of the Tata-like sequences in the -10 region of the gene upstream region and also -35 region we can see the Tata-like structures. This region of the chromosome is known as the Pribnova box. This site is useful to binding of the RNA polymerase. And we can see the RNA polymerase which is consisting of the 4 subunits in the form of the beta, beta dash and 2 alpha and the sigma factors. These beta and beta dash in the form of 150-160 kilodaltons and whatever the alpha factors which are having the 70 kilodaltons, sigma factor which is having the 40 kilodaltons. And here the sigma factor which is useful to initiate the transcription at correct position of the wherever the RNA transcription need to be started. And we can see this RNA polymerase may be existed in the form of the sensitive and the resistant for the rifampicin. So whatever the subunit which is resistant for the rifampicin, we can separate the beta factor from the rifampicin resistant subunit and we can remove the beta factor or beta subunit from the rifampicin sensitive and may reconstitute with the beta from resistant and remaining from the sensitive, and it will be converted in the form of the rifampicin resistant RNA polymerase. And in case of the prokaryotes, the transcription termination will be takes place in the form of the 2 methods. In the form of the row independent termination. In this case, the transcription end will be from the GC rich regions. It forms the loop-like structure. This loop-like structures may be induces the transcription termination. In case of the row dependent termination, we can see the row-like factor. The RNA is loaded into the row factor. The transcription termination will be takes place. And we can see there are cis mutants, cis dominant mutations and trans recessive mutations we can see in the E. coli. So whatever the chromosome in the form of the lag-Z, lag-Y, lag-A regions of the genomic DNA, in the left side we can see in the form of the I gene plus the operator site. In the form of the operator site is any mutations, and even it is having the mirodiploids with repressor gene and promoters and operators. Even the the proper repressor is produced from the both the genes high place, the repressor won't bind in the operator site in the genomic DNA. Because of that, lac operon products will be coming despite there is absence of the lactose. It indicates that is the cis dominant mutation. In case of the a repressor mutation, in case of the genomic DNA I minus, whatever the mirodiploids which are having the I plus like structures, we can see the whatever the repressor is produced, it binds to the operator site, and the LAC-Z, LAC-Y, LAC-A products won't come, and it is a type of the mutation is known as the trans-recessive mutation. And we can see there are two kinds of the gene regulations in case of the lac operon, in the form of the negative gene regulation and the positive gene regulation. In case of the negative gene regulation, the repressor gene, I gene, which constitutively producing the repressor in the form of the monomer, it forms the tetramer and it binds to the operator site. So because of that, the lac operon gene products won't be coming, and the gene is in the silent status in the form of the, it is known as the negative gene regulation. Whenever there is a glucose, the E. coli won't consume the lactose. So because of that, there is no need of lac operon products, and the gene is made silent and the energy will be conserved. In case of the positive gene regulation, when there is no glucose in the presence of the lactose, the E. coli should consume the in the form of the lactose. For that, it activates the lac operon in the form of the LAC-Z and LAC-Y and LAC-A. So whatever the galactosidase enzyme which converts the lactose into allolactose, the allolactose acts like an inducer and it binds to the repressor. The repressor is inactivated. Because of that, the repressor won't bind at the operator site. At that moment, the RNA polymerase will be binding at the promoter site. In the cell cytosol, E. coli do not have glucose in the presence of the lactose. So whenever the glucose is less, the ATP will be converted into form of the cyclic AMP by using the adenyl cyclase enzyme. So it will be forms the cyclic AMP. The cyclic AMP binds with the CAP, a catabolite activator protein. This complex will activate the RNA polymerase by unwinding the DNA at the RNA polymerase binding site at the promoter. So because of that, the transcription rate will be enhanced at very high rate, and it is producing the gene products in the form of the galactosidase enzyme, galactoside permease or lactose permease, and the transacetylase. So out of these three products, two products which are useful into break the lactose into glucose and galactose, and the LAC-Y gene products which is useful to transport the galactoside into the cell cytosol or lac permease into cell cytosol. So like this, the transacetylase do not have any much function, and it is useful in the detoxification. So like this, negative gene regulation will conserve the energy when there is no need of the operon products in the form of LAC-Z and LAC-Y and LAC-A. On the other hand, whenever there is a need to consume the lactose, the positive gene regulation will be activated and the three gene products will be produced and it will be consume the lactose. Thank you.